Been a while. 40 years ago this week, this is the number one song in the country. Uncle John Parr's St. Elmo's Fire. I was a junior in high school. That should give away my age. Memories. Lots to talk about in sports. NHL, NBA playoffs are kicking off. Major League Baseball in full swing. Some Champions League news from the world of soccer. And much, much more. Thank you, John. Forty years ago, where were you? Were you even born yet? Thank you, Mr. Parr. Again, welcome. Early eating sports buffet with the Ginch. I am said Ginch, Mr. Ryan. I will. You know what? I'll go into some Major League Baseball news first. Before I get into anything else. Let's see. Let's go to the scores from today, shall we? Earlier today, the Blue Jays beat the Braves 3-1. The Blue Jays fan 19, by the way, collectively. Braves really struggling. The Brewers beat the Tigers 5-1. Twins over the Mets 4-3. The Cardinals beat the Stros 4-1. And the Padres continuing their hot start to the season. They beat the Cubs 4-2. Right now, the Guardians and the Orioles are scoreless in the second. Diamondbacks, Marlins scoreless in the second. The Mariners up on the Reds 2-0. That's in the second. Right now, the Washington and the Pirates are scoreless in the second. And top of the first, the Giants up on top of the Phils 2-0. Later on, the Red Sox will be playing the Rays at 7:05. Also at 7:05, Royals at the Yanks. 7:40, Athletics at the White Sox. 8:05, Angels at the Rangers. And at 10:10, the Rockies travel to take on the Dodgers. Let's go to the standings, shall we? In your American League East, right now, the Yankees and the Blue Jays are tied for first. The Red Sox are third. They're 2 games back. Well, here we go. Yankees are 10-7. The Blue Jays are 11-8. Boston's in third, 9-10, 2 games back. The Rays also 2 games back. They're 8-9. And the Orioles, surprisingly enough, have started the season not so great. They are 6-10, but they're only 3.5 back. In the Central, the Guardians with a 9-7 record and the Detroit Tigers 10-8. They are tied for the division lead. The Royals are 8-10. They're 2 games back. The Twins are fourth, 7-12, 3.5 back. And your Chicago White Sox continue to struggle, 4-12, 5 games back. Out in the West, the Rangers lead with a 10-7 record. The Angels are second, 9-7, half game back. Mariners are 8-9 and third, 2 games back. The Stros are 8-10, 2.5 back. The Athletics are 7-10, but they're only 3 games back. In the National League, the New York Mets are on top with an 11-7 record. The Phils, second, 10-7. They're a half game back. Marlins are third, 8-8, 2 games back. The Nationals 7-10, 3.5 back. Braves in last, 5-13. Although they're 5-6, their last 11, not 0-7. So, but they're in last. In the Central, the Cubs 12-9 atop the division. The Cincinnati Reds 9-8, and the Milwaukee Brewers 10-9. They're both a game back. Cardinals 9-9, a game and a half back. And my Pittsburgh Pirates, they are 6-12 in last, 4.5 back. Out in the West, Padres continuing their hot ways. They are 15-4. They lead. the West. The Giants are second, as well as the Dodgers. They are both 2 games back. Diamondbacks are fourth, 10-7, 4 games back, and the Rockies, who could be the worst team in baseball, they are 3-14, 11 games back. Actually, before the season started, I had the Padres and the Rangers in the World Series. Don't ask me why. It's just something different, I guess. Going away from the norm. We'll see what happens. Some news and notes from around baseball. Again, earlier today, the Blue Jays collectively fanned 19. Umpire Hunter Wendelstedt was hit in the face by a liner in the Mets Twins game. He is in concussion protocol. Looks like he got cut, from what I'm seeing. May require stitches, so hopefully he will be okay. Let's see. The Nationals put Paul DeJong on IL with nose fracture after he was hit by a pitch. They have him on a 10-day injured list. Yesterday was the date of the injury. He was hurt in the 6th inning. Hopefully he will be okay, as I hope everybody is when they get injured. Let's see what else. Some other IL news. The Twins' Matt Wallner goes to the 10-day IL. Tightness in his right oblique. Guess they don't want it to get worse. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore. But that's from the world of baseball. Some updated scores. The Orioles up on the Guardians 4-0. Mariners still up on the Reds 2-0. Diamondbacks scored. They're up 1-0 in the second. And the Giants just scored another pair. Bottom of the first, the Giants up on the Phils 4-0. NBA, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday's play-in games, the Magic pummeled the Hawks 120-95, and the Warriors outlasted the Grizz 121-16. Play-in games, a stupid idea, just a dumb idea. If anybody saw the Hawks Magic game yesterday, Trae Young was frustrated with the refs. He got ejected. Had a pair of technical fouls yesterday. One of the technicals is he threw the ball at a game official. Again, I understand the frustration. Nobody likes to lose. Nobody likes to get their ass kicked. I get it. Emotions run high. But at times you have to keep your emotions in check. And he did not, obviously. Let's see. Tonight's playing games at 7:30. The Heat take on the Bulls, and the Mavs take on the Kings. So if you want to go to the playoff brackets right now, the Thunder are waiting to see who they play, and that's tonight's game. So in the Western Conference, the Thunder will play the winner of the Mavericks Clippers, which OKC, I don't think, I know. The Thunder will win that first round matchup. The Nuggets Clippers, I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. I apologize. The Thunder will get the winner of the Mavericks Kings. Yes, that's correct. Getting ahead of myself a little bit here. I don't care who wins. The Thunder should win their opening round game. Nuggets Clippers. I know some people are on the Clippers. I just think there's too much experience for the Nuggets. I think the Nuggets will advance. I think the Thunder advance. Then you have the 3-6 matchup, the Lakers and the Timberwolves. Everybody's going to be all over the Lakers. I'm taking the Timberwolves. I don't know why. You have Luca. You have Jimmy Butler. As my screen freezes, I hope everybody can hear me. Don't know what's going on. Hopefully it'll come back. Come back. Back, yak, 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 yak. Or is it just going to stay frozen? I don't know. Hopefully everybody can still hear me. We'll see what happens. Let's see if it comes back. The power of technology. Sometimes they can screw you. Other times it won't. I am waiting for it to come back. There we are. Sorry about the freezing technology. If anybody would know the kind of week and a half that I've had, not only it just basically 5 red hot poker shoved up my ass. That's the kind of week and a half that I've had. I will not bore you with the details, but when it rains, it pours. XYZ, blah 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 blah. I'm taking the Timberwolves over the Lakers. I don't know why. I know the Lakers have Luca. They've got LeBron. They've got Jimmy Butler. But wouldn't it be apropos if they have the collection of talent that they do and they don't make it to the second round? I'm taking the Timberwolves. Rockets, Warriors. Everybody's going to be on the experience of the Warriors. I'm going with the Rockets. I have the Thunder playing the Nuggets. I have the Thunder advancing. Timberwolves, Rockets. I'm actually taking the Timberwolves to advance. So it's going to be Thunder against the Timberwolves with the Thunder advancing. The Cavs are awaiting the Bulls Heat winner. Cavs will beat them anyway, whoever it is. Pacers, Bucks. A lot of people on the Bucks. I am not. I'm taking the Pacers to advance. Knicks, Pistons. There's a lot of people jumping on the Pistons. I think that the Knicks have just enough talent, and then Celtics, Magic. Celtics should win that series. So I have the Cavs playing the Pacers, the Knicks playing the Celtics. I've got Cavaliers, Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. And even though I'm a Celtics fan, I think the Cavaliers advance. So it's going to be a Cavaliers Thunder. 2 best teams all year. They will play for the title. And I am not going to pick the NBA champion just yet until we get there. And we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. NBA playoffs are not as predictable anymore as they once were. But that's just the age of sports that we live in. And we go to the NHL. There's just a couple days left in the regular season. Some big games tonight. The Hurricanes are taking on the Canadiens. Potential playoff impact there. Anaheim Ducks are at the Winnipeg Jets. Red Wings are at the Devils. The Red Wings can, or no, is it the Wings? Yeah, the Wings have the final. I'm trying to look at it here. Uh, yeah, the Wings and Carolina. No, the Devils and Carolina. They really can't improve their positions at all. So A lot of teams are locked in. Let's see. So, I mean, as far as the standings go, the teams that are locked in, Eastern Conference, in the Atlantic Division, Toronto, Tampa Bay, Florida, Ottawa. And then in the Metropolitan, it's Washington, Carolina, and Jersey, with the last wild card up for spot. And that is between the Blue Jackets and the Canadians. So a lot to be decided for that final wild card spot. In the Western Conference, Winnipeg, this is from the Central, Winnipeg, Dallas, Colorado, Minnesota, St. Louis, Vegas, Los Angeles, Edmonton. That's all set. So that particular part of the equation is solved. And it looks like the Winnipeg Jets will win the President's Trophy for the best record in the NHL, although there's still some to be decided, but it looks like it's heading in that direction. And again, how's Winnipeg going to respond after last year's debacle in the first round? They have the team, but can they do it in the playoffs? So we'll see. So if I go to, I'm trying to find the most updated version of said playoffs. If I can find it here. Give me just a second. Talk amongst yourselves. Right now, if the season ended today in the Western Conference, the Maple Leafs would open against the Senators in the battle of Canadian teams. For a battle of Florida, Tampa Bay would take on Florida. Should be an interesting first round matchup. The Washington Capitals would take on the Canadians, and the Hurricanes would take on a scrappy Devils team. If the season ended today in the West, Winnipeg would play the Blues. The way the Blues have been playing lately. That's not an easy first round matchup for the Jets. The Stars would play the Avalanche. The Golden Knights would play the Wild, and the Kings would play the Oilers. My Eastern Conference representative was supposed to be the Rangers. They shit the bed. And my Western Conference representative was Dallas. So that's still on the table. If I had to look to the East, who do I think could come out of the East? I would like to pick Toronto, but we all know Toronto's resume in the playoffs over the last 25 years. As I look at it, I'll go Caps. I'll go Caps. Ovechkin breaks Gretzky's scoring record. Why not go for a Stanley Cup? If he breaks the scoring record and he wins the Stanley Cup this year, I think he's going to give it up. So I'm still going to pick with my Dallas pick. And out of the East, if I had to pick somebody, it would be Washington. So there you have it. Some news and notes from around the NHL. The Stars have activated Tyler Seguin from long-term IL. Now remember, he underwent hip surgery December 5th. He hasn't played since December 1st. I don't know if he's going to play whatsoever, but it's sort of a good sign that at least he has the possibility to suit up. Nick Dowd and the Capitals. He signed a 2-year, $6 million contract extension Wednesday. He turns 35 on May 27th. He has 14 goals this year, 27 points, and he's played in 81 games this season, so he's been durable. So good for him. Mr. Iafallo from the Winnipeg Jets. He has signed a 3-year contract extension worth $11 million. He's 31 years old. He has 262 points, 111 goals, 151 assists in 583 career games with the Kings and the Jets. So people getting their coin. Chris Letang from the Penguins, he has had a surgery to close a hole in his heart. If you remember earlier in his career, he had a couple strokes because of his heart. So hopefully he will be on the mend, and prayers and thoughts to him. So that covers the NHL. Let me go to the NFL. We got the draft coming up in a few. Some news and notes just that caught my eye. Giants GM Joe Shane said, "Would not be afraid to play Travis Hunter both ways." Why would you? Look, the Giants are a mess. Expect them to be much better than they were last year. So if that's what they're saying, then more power to you. Tyron Smith for the Cowboys is retiring as a member of the Cowboys. He said that injuries to his back, neck, knee, and ankle finally caught up to him. Look, when the father time is undefeated, and when the body speaks and you can't do it anymore, the mind might want to, but the body says, no. The Dolphins are trying to trade Jalen Ramsey. The dude cannot just stay in one place for long. Look, when it comes to certain situations with players, I don't know what to say anymore. Don't get me started. A lot of these players think they're entitled. They pitch a stink when they don't get what they want, and they act like 3-year-olds. Look, people like Jalen Ramsey, I get it. You want to get paid. More power to you. But I am tired of the entitlement. Don't say you're playing football for the love of the game. Then you're playing football to get the coin. It's like Charles Barkley always used to say, when it comes time for contract talks, and someone gets their coin, and they say that it was never about the money, it was about the money. Unfortunately, the father of Tim and Matt Hasselbeck has passed away at the age of 70. He was a tight end in the NFL. I remember him. He was 70 years old. Played at Colorado. Thoughts and prayers out to the Hasselbeck family. And again, I am trying to look. Let me just a second here. I've been looking at like websites, mock drafts. Let me see. Where do I want to go? So I will go to the Bleacher Report. The Bleacher Report, ladies and gentlemen, with the number one overall pick, they've got the Titans going quarterback Cam Ward. Didn't they just draft a quarterback that didn't work out? Yeah, I'm sure that's what Tennessee fans want to see. Uh, the Cleveland Browns, they say, will take Travis Hunter, the number two overall pick. Number three overall pick, they have the New York Giants taking Abdul Carter from Penn State. They better. They don't want to see any more offensive crap. The New England Patriots, they have at the four position selecting offensive tackle Will Campbell, LSU. Patriots are going to be greatly improved this year. At the number five spot, they have the Jacksonville Jaguars taking defensive lineman Mason Graham from Michigan, who's a stud. At the sixth position, they have the Saints via the trade with the Raiders. They have the Saints taking quarterback Shedeur Sanders. We'll see. At the number seven position, they have the Jets taking offensive tackle Armand Membo from Mizzou. The number eight spot, the Carolina Panthers, they have taking linebacker Jalen Walker. Good player. The number nine position, the Raiders via the trade with the Saints. Cornerback Will Johnson from Michigan. At the 10 position, Chicago Bears, they have them taking running back Ashton Genty. We will see. Yeah, at the 11 position, they have the 49ers taking tight end Tyler Warren, Penn State. Yeah, I mean, Kittle's getting a little bit up there in age. He's been injury prone, so I can see it. The 12th position, the Dallas Cowboys, they have them taking wide receiver Tetaroa McMillan from Arizona. He's big. He's like 6'4", but we'll see. At the number 13 spot, they have the Dolphins taking safety Malachi Starks, Georgia. He's just a football player. At the 14th spot, they have the Colts taking tight end Colston Loveland from Michigan. Michigan continuing to turn out tight ends. The 15th position, they have the Falcons taking edge Mike Green from Marshall. And number 16, the Arizona Cardinals, they have taking offensive lineman Kelvin Banks Jr. for Texas. Number 17, they've got the Bengals taking interior offensive lineman Tyler Booker, Alabama. The number 18 spot, they have the Seattle Seahawks taking offensive lineman Gray Zabel from North Dakota State. In 19th position, they got the Buccaneers taking linebacker Jihad Campbell from Alabama. The 20th position, they have the Denver Broncos taking Shamir Stewart, Texas A&M. At the 21st pick, they have the Steelers taking defensive lineman Derek Harmon, Oregon. With the 26th pick, they have the Chargers taking defensive lineman Walter Nolan from Ole Miss. Another beast. As my Verizon pad freezes up here. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, boy. At the 23rd pick, the They have the Packers taking edge Michael Williams, Georgia. Interesting. At the 24th pick with the Cleveland Browns via the Vikings, they have them taking quarterback Jackson Dart. I don't know if that's going to float with Cleveland fans. They're tired of seeing quarterbacks, man. They're tired of it. I have Jackson Dart being the best quarterback in the draft. Yeah, I don't know. I think Dart's going to go higher. That's just my personal opinion. The 25th pick, they have the Texans taking wide receiver Matthew Golden from Texas. Sneaky good receiver. 26th pick, they have the Rams taking cornerback Jade Barron. Good little cornerback. The 27th position, or the 27th pick, they have the Ravens taking offensive tackle Josh Simmons, Ohio State. 28th pick, the Detroit Lions, they have picking edge Nick Skirton, Texas A&M. Trying to beef up on that defensive side of the ball after what happened against the Commanders. With the 29th pick, they've got the Commanders taking safety Nick Emenwari from South Carolina. With the 30th pick, they have the Buffalo Bills taking defensive lineman Kenneth Grant, Michigan. If you ever saw him play, he's big. He's a stuffer. He's like 6'4". He weighs like 330. With the 31st pick, they have the Kansas City Chiefs taking defensive lineman Tyleik Williams, Ohio State. And with the 32nd pick, they have the Philadelphia Eagles taking edge James Pierce Jr. from Tennessee. Go figure. Another defensive lineman. So we'll see. So it's just one mock draft. Uh, in soccer today, it was Champions League. I have a friend at my regular job who's not going to be pleased if I can find it. Uh, Arsenal beat Madrid 2-1. They go to the championship game on aggregate score 5-1. And in another heartbreaker for Bayern Munich, second year in a row, they drew with Inter Milan today 2-2. Inter Milan advances on aggregate score 4-3. My buddy is a Real Madrid fan. I am an Arsenal fan. Remember last week, Arsenal won 3-0. He kept chirping at me that Madrid was going to win like 5-1. That did not happen. I cover the Premier League mostly because that's what the bulk of people are across the globe follow. I'm going to go to the scores. From this past weekend. Give me just a minute. Talk amongst yourselves. This past Saturday, crap load of games. Man City beat Crystal Palace 5-2. Brighton drew with Leicester 2-2. Everton beat Nottingham Forest in a kind of shocker. That was 1-0. Aston Villa all over Southampton 3-0. And Arsenal and Brentford tied 1-1 apiece. The Premier League title pretty much out the door for Arsenal, but it would kind of put a band-aid on it for them and their fans if Arsenal wins Champions League. On Sunday, Chelsea and Ipswich drew 2-2. Horrible result for Chelsea, by the way. Liverpool beat West Ham 2-1, all but solidifying and cementing Liverpool's Premier League Cup, basically. Wolverhampton beat Tottenham 4-2. Newcastle beat Manchester United 4-1. On Monday, Bournemouth beat Fulham 1-0. Coming up this weekend, on Saturday, Brentford will host Brighton. Crystal hosts Bournemouth. Everton hosts Man City. West Ham hosts Southampton. And Villa will host Newcastle. And on Sunday, Fulham hosts Chelsea. Ipswich hosts Arsenal. Man United hosts Wolverhampton. And Leicester City hosts the Pool. That would be Liverpool. If you didn't witness it over the weekend, it was the Masters. Rory McIlroy, in dramatic fashion, finally gets his Masters, finally gets the Grand Slam. Tears of joy. By the way, last week I predict Rory would win the Masters this year. I just liked the way he was playing going into it. Although everybody was waiting for the Rory choke, and it almost seemed like it was happening after the first hole, then the 13th hole, then the 18th hole. But intestinal fortitude, ladies and gentlemen. I was happy for the guy. You could just, when he sank that putt on 18 to win it, you could just see like this huge boulder just lift off his shoulders. And everything that was pent up, he had nothing left to give as far as that day went, and just dropped to the ground sobbing. It was, I had not seen that much emotion, excitement, if you will, since 2004 when Phil won his first major or his first green jacket. I believe it was his first green jacket and his first major to get that monkey off his back. And now Rory finally gets his jacket, gets the career Grand Slam. And people are talking about like Rory not talking to Bryson and stuff like that. Well, whatever. Big deal. If I'm going for my first green jacket and my career Grand Slam, holding all 4 trophies, you've won all 4 majors at some point. I'm not talking to your ass either. I'm going to be focused. Me, my caddy, and the golf course. That's it. I want to talk to you. I don't want to be shaking hands. It's called focus. It's what Tiger did. Did Tiger talk to a lot of people when he was in contention for majors? Probably not. So boo-hoo to all you people who, and then Bryson, he wasn't complaining about it. He was just asked about it, and he's like, no, he didn't talk to me all day. Okay, whatever. But good for him. Let's see. NASCAR, Kyle Larson won Bristol. I actually forgot the race was on. Had some other things to attend to. I was busy watching the Masters and like other stuff. He led 411 of the 500 laps. Ladies and gentlemen, I had Larry McReynolds on a couple weeks ago. And he said that they've taken something that was great and they made it into amazing. This car doesn't work. He and I agreed to disagree, and that's fine. This next gen car blows. I just don't understand why the powers that be, they can have their rules and their regulations as far as the cars go. These are the parts. There's specific specifications that you need to follow. But you want to run Mustang? Let's run the Mustang body. Chevy, you want to run the Camaro? Run the Camaro body. Use your own parts. Everything's got to be specified. Just go back to the way it was. It was much better racing. It was much better racing than what we're seeing. For the drivers, they don't want to put up with it. It just irks me. My screen's frozen again. I don't know if everybody can hear me. I hope you can. I will have to wait and see if it comes back. There we go. There it is. Let's go to some college sports, other college sports. Well, let's go to the rankings. Tell you what, let's start off with women's softball. As ESPN.com/USA softball poll. In the number 25 position is Liberty. 24th is Ohio State. 23rd is Georgia. 22nd is Oklahoma State. 21st is Nebraska. 20th is Ole Miss. 19th is Clemson. 17th is Alabama. 17th is Duke. 16th is Stanford. 15th is Mississippi State. Texas Tech is 14th. Arizona is 13th. South Carolina 12th. Virginia Tech 11th. Arkansas 10th. LSU 9th. Florida State 8th. Florida 7th. Oregon 6th. UCLA 5th. Oklahoma 4th. Texas has dropped to 3rd. Tennessee is 2nd. And your new number 1, the Texas A&M Longhorns. Unanimously, by the way, with 21 out of the 25 first place votes. Yes, sir. Let's go to some scores. Top 25 today. Earlier today, final in 5 innings, number 24 Ohio State beat Dayton 11-2. At 9 p.m., number 6 Oregon travels to take on Oregon State. And that's it. Let's go to the men's rankings. In men's college baseball. As soon as my Verizon pad updates the buffering. You like the buffering? I'm not a fan of the buffer. It is still buffering. I don't know why. Let's try this again. Let's try it a different way. I said, let's go to the college baseball rankings. This is the D1baseball.com poll for the men. 25th is TCU. 24th is West Virginia. 23rd, Southern Miss. 22nd is Arizona. 21st is Coastal Carolina. 20th is Troy. 19th is Vanderbilt. 18th is Oklahoma. 17th is Louisville. 16th is Oregon. 15th is Alabama. 14th is Georgia Tech. 13th is UC Irvine. 12th is North Carolina. Ole Miss 11th. UCLA 10th. LSU's 9th. Auburn 8th. Florida 7th. Oregon State 6th. Georgia 5th. Tennessee 4th. Clemson 3rd. Arkansas 2nd. And still number 1, Texas Longhorns. Sorry. Before I think I said Texas A&M Longhorns, Texas A&M Aggies. I need to correct myself. Some top 25 baseball scores today. None. So there you have it. What else am I missing? College football shows coming up. Oh, what am I doing? Completely forgot. Paige Beckers was your number one overall pick to the Wings. The Dallas Wings. Ajaya James was second. She went to. Oh, I'm sorry. No, Dallas Wings selected Paige Beckers, Aja James, Madison Scott, J.J. Kinnerly, sorry, and Aaronette Vonla. I'm trying to find the. I don't want to go through the whole schmigiggy. All right, so Paige Beckers went first. Dominique Malanga from France went second. Sonia Citron was third from Notre Dame. Fourth was Kiki Iriafin from USC. Fifth was Just a Joyce Josite from Lithuania. Sixth was Georgia Amour from Kentucky. Seventh was Anissa Morrow from LSU. Eighth was Sania Rivers, NC State. Ninth was Sarah Ashley Baker from Alabama. And 10th, Asia Sivka from Slovenia. I think that's going to wrap it up for today. Enjoy the last couple nights of the NHL. Enjoy the playing games for the NBA. Golf, they are at Hilton Head this week. Traditionally, that's the way it's been. The Masters, then Hilton Head. So enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. On the flip side, at 8 o'clock, where's my phone? Little college football, student body right. There's all kinds of stuff happening in college football. Just the transfer portal's going ballistic. But coming up on student body right, Mr. Jason Priester will be back on. He covers Clemson football. He's a good friend to the show. It's always interesting to get his take. He's the beat writer for at Clemson Insider. His opinions are his own. DM's always open. At JP underscore Priester on the Twitter. I will see everybody at 8 o'clock for that. So yeah, enjoy and like Manny. I can't remember his last name. It used to be a commercial. Northeast Pennsylvania. Enjoy. Enjoy the games. And there's only one thing left to say.
Turn out the lights. The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.